hair. So I don't care too much about how my hair looks. I'm married, my wife loves me, it's okay, right? So there's a few barbers in my town, I like them. They may not be able to do, they couldn't really do what I wanted if I really asked, if I said, come in and give me a really tight bald fade or this or that. I know it's not going to be what I want, so I generally just shave my head. The only thing that I'm concerned with when I get out of the chair is that you put the baby powder on me and you make sure there's no hair on my neck. And I think that all you guys would, your clients love that if you pay attention to that. So I'm just cutting this out at 3/8 of an inch, kind of lifting away as I get up towards the top, right? Everybody can see that. If you can't see during this class, tell me and I'll adjust it so you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to use the Andis clipper comb or clipper brush. So for years we have had to go buy these at nail salons to not do this, right? I actually use air compressors in my shops to blow the air out. That's the most effective way. That's a really good tip. If you're building your own shop, put an air compressor in there. So that one's for my clipper, and this one is for her head. So they work perfectly together. This is what barbers use to clean off the side of fades because combs won't really take it off. So this will remove all the excess hair. Okay, so I've established basically this is the guide. This is where I'm going to end. My taper is going to go from here to here. When I'm done, I'm going to tie all this in with my blender shears or razor. I didn't bring my own carving comb, but I love my carving comb. I'm going to ask my client, Ruthie, please tilt your head down just a little bit. I'm going to close my adjustable blade MB. And I'm going to put in what's called either a fade line or a taper line. It's your guideline, right? It's the exact same thing no matter what you call it. Just spin you that way so everybody can see. Spin you back. So it's basically the point where you cut the skin, where you cut your baldness up to, right? Everything up to that point below it is bald. That is where your taper or your fade starts. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Everybody see that? So what's the next thing I do? If I just set that with my clipper closed,
You open.
I open it, right? And I just go, let me show you guys first. I just go whatever would be an 1/8 or a 1/16 of an inch above it. Now don't get that confused with your guard lengths. Just think of that as the height you're going above that first guideline, right? And you work up in order the whole way. This is really simple. It's not really easy, it's really simple, right? That's the difference. This never changes. It's just a matter of you putting the effort into it, always paying attention to detail. We can't hide imperfections in tapers or fades. There's no way to cover it up, Speaking about Miss LeClaire, my favorite beauty school teacher ever, I dropped out of beauty school 4 times before I went to that beauty school. Who else is a beauty school dropout? No one? But yeah, thank you. Who said that? Yeah, you look like a degenerate. My first experience in beauty school, literally, the first time they put me out on the floor, this poor girl came in to go to her, what's it called? Not prom, but I don't know. Where they asked the guy to it. Sadie Hawkins. And I cut the biggest chunk out of the back of her hair. I was so bad. I'm a very sensitive guy, And so now it's cut out and I'm sweating. Like, what do I do? There's nothing you can do. I'm going to try to hide it. There's no way to hide that, but we all know you can hide imperfections when you're doing long hair. You can correct it. You can't correct it with a fade. If you go up way too high or if you just don't work it out, it's there. They're going to see it. So, okay, so back to the taper. I've just gone up just a little bit, just above that. Now, actually, with Ruthie's hair, I don't even have to do that manipulation in between there because her hair is so light and so fine that her hair will blend without me making that transition. Steven, are you in here? Steven's hair is not the same. Steven, come in here real quick for me. It's a perfect example in contrast with what you're working with. So Steven stopped by the booth earlier and I cut him up and put a little design in the back. Now Steven's hair when I was tapering this up, if everybody could see it, I mean, I put a design in it now, so you can see how it loses the weight down there. But in his hair, I had to really use the adjustable blade clipper, and I had to get in with the angle and go over here just to keep working it out because his hair shows any imperfection, right? So, thank you, sir. So, I've done it open. What's my next guard? Don't say one. So, who said that? An adjustable blade clipper open is 1/32 of an inch. Okay, so what comes after 1/32 of an inch? 16. What comes after 16? An 1/8. A quarter. It just goes up. So the first guard you'll ever put on a clipper, the smallest one, will be 1/16. Whether they call it a whatever, that's going to be the length, and that's why you get in the habit of using those terms. So if I just finished off with that 1/32 open, am I going to go in with this one closed or open?
Closed.
See, this is where you lose it. No, you go in with it open because if I go in with it closed, it's just going to be a hair longer than the 1/32 open, right? So I need that room to work the adjustable blade. So I know if I go in with it open and I go just a little bit above, I'm going to spin it this way so we can see. Yeah. So I go just a little bit above, right, 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to spin it this way. The same thing. It all works the same always. It never changes. Just a little bit above. Now I have from the no guard open, the 1/32 of an inch is open, right where I stopped, to 1/16 open. So that means from the 1/32 open to the 1/16 open, I have that much room to blend the fade. On hers, it's not going to be difficult, but on someone else's, you would need that room. Does everybody understand that now? So you don't want to go in with it closed. You always want to start with it open, and that allows you the room to do the blending that you need. Hence why an adjustable blade clipper gives you the most control. We all know about the detachable blade clippers, right? I like those for bulk work. Wet hair, right? So clipper over comb, I like them. If I know I'm going to do an 1/8 on top for a guy and it's going to be, it doesn't matter if it's with or against or whatever, I can plop one of those on and just knock that out real quick and then go in with my adjustable blade clipper. Most all barbers use adjustable blade clippers for their fading and tapering. So think the side of the head, right? You can do the rest up here. I'll do flat tops with my detachable blade. So, going with it open, and I know from that little area just below, I can use this to manipulate and take out any weight lines. Oh, 1/8 to what? Oh, that was 1/16. So 1/16 or 1/8? Am I going to go in with it open or closed? Is open longer or shorter?
Longer.
And I'll keep turning her to each side, but you guys are getting the gist. I mean, am I doing anything different than I did at the very start of this haircut? No, I'm not doing anything different. It's all the same. The technique remains the same. For me, I love teaching people. I was blessed to have just the coolest barbers, the coolest teachers. Ali at Nappy by Nature, he just was always like, come over here, man. Stand over my shoulder. Let me show you. And that's what I do, and that's how you learn. And I'm dyslexic, ADD, spazzed out from the world, right? So I can't learn things in a book. And a lot of us are that way. That's why we get into this field, because we're artistic. And we don't think within the box. We think outside of the box. It's our life. With that said, we don't do well with written down directions. Put this together. Do it one time, you got it. So, try to get around someone who's going to allow you to be over their shoulder. And that's what I'm trying to give to you guys right now and be as clear as I can. Super simple, right? Are you guys getting less afraid of this, just watching this right here? Is this making you more like, I can do that? That's not hard. Now, also, I lose sight of this because I am here to also teach you techniques, but to teach you about products. Using the right clipper is going to make a big difference, right? I mean, if you guys have some crummy shears and it's like, and it doesn't work, right? So you definitely want to have the right products. If you weren't here earlier, I've used Andis before I ever got the job. I got them tattooed on my hands, right? That's what's raised my family right there, because they are the best clipper, period. I wouldn't be in here doing this. I actually passed up other opportunities because that's not what I do. It's not what I use. I can't come in here and sell you something that I don't use every day. So when you come see me at the booth or you ask me a question, I'm not here trying to hustle you a clipper. I'm here trying to help you learn and put the right tool in your hand. That's why it was hard for me for a while, actually, because all I ever used was the Master, right? I use this clipper now all the time. I love this clipper. Come here, Wallace. Oh, okay. So Wallace is the Woody's. Let's give him a big hand. How you doing, Wallace? Whole class. Leave the women alone. Okay.
Dude, that is a hot. I know you're jealous of that one.
I know. Yeah.
You see, you used to like streamline surfing with that.
That.
You're like, the only problem you catch like a little air that way.
It does throw you off. Yeah, I did mean to comment, but I lost track. That is sick. I love it. I'm 41 years old. I got into punk rock in 1981, so like, that's my shit.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it. Yeah.
I drove to the city with a sunroof. This was on the sunroof.
Well, it wasn't just surf on like waves and stuff. I've seen pictures of it like on van, top of like vans like Teamwork and stuff.
That wasn't my Mohawk.
A little something on there.
I've been there. Wallace is also an Andis educator. He's the Woody's main educator, so that's kind of his gig now. When we get around each other, we'll tag team haircuts. We did a cool one in Long Beach where I did a bald fade wrapping into hair this long, and then he did a really disconnected cut on it. Not just like with a razor, what I would use. I learned a lot from him. He just went in with the shears and snapped. So there's huge disconnections. One of the coolest cuts I've seen. You can ask Wallace. You can ask any barber in here. Who's a barber in here? What clipper do you use to do your fades with?
I use the Andis.
The Andis, right. This is new. This is for you stylists. All these barbers are going to say they use the Master or they use the T-edger, period. It's just the way it is. This is for you stylists. Like, this is the clipper you should buy, really. I don't want you to buy it. My job is safe. Buy this clipper because it's the best thing you can get. You know how much this clipper
It's like a
costs?
combo.
Yeah, it's in the combo pack for even cheaper. I don't have the combo pack in here because I think we're selling out of them.
Right.
You got the combo
You
pack.
got the combo pack?
Yeah.
How much is it?
If you buy it at the
$89.
show, it's $39. If you buy it out at the shop, it's $49.
I'm gonna be Vanna White real quick.
Yeah.
It's been out. It's been out.
No, I think we might still have a couple
Guess
out
you get a
there.
picture.
Oh, hey, we have the MB for sure. Doesn't he look like a super studly mini-me? Do it, bro. Do it. Here you go. You gotta look at them. You gotta look at them. Here,
I've got to leave the room because when me and Elijah get together,
yeah, it's bad.
we lose
I'll see you at the bar tonight.
I love you.
Are you really?
I love you.
You want
Roll
some?
You guys, Rocket Educator, Rocket Class, and it's 90-year-old company this year, 4th generation, family owned. Look at the box. They'll show you the American flag on the box, all manufactured in America.
Don't get me going on politics. Anybody know Dead Presidents? Anybody listen to that hip hop group? You know me. You have a question.
Can you just tell me specifically why you like this better than, say, Oster?
So for me personally, okay, so I'm never ever trying to talk bad about anything, and that becomes a difficult situation when I'm trying to compare stuff. What I can say is there's a reason why the Master is the go-to clipper for barbers. It's got the best mechanism for control, okay, so this adjustable part, it's just the strongest, it's the most precise. You can buy a Master and have it forever. I run into people that shows with 80-year-old masters, right? And they just have to replace a cord. The thing still works. The T outliner, this is the best-selling barber tool in the world, period, not just for Andis.